Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the second class. Actually, this is the first class in which we're going to work with some content related to the English Spotlight on Literature Level B, if I'm not mistaken. How are you? Have you had lunch yet? Have you had lunch yet?
No.
No.
No, teacher.
Oh, after the
No,
class
teacher.
then. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
All right, it's good to know. So let me tell you, today we're going to be using the Spotlight on Literature B. If you don't have it, I hope that you have checked the video that I sent through your teachers by WhatsApp. Did you receive it again? Because I just sent it a couple of hours ago. Did you get it? Hello, waiting for confirmation.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That is gonna be a great help for you just in case that you don't have the book, because we will be reading some letters from Vincent van Gogh, and yeah, it's precise that you read them. We're gonna analyze letter by letter today, but it is important that you read them by yourself. Probably some details have escaped my mind, and you will identify them, and you can comment or you can say something interesting related to that. All right, without no further ado, we're gonna start right now. Good afternoon, all of the ones in the chat. Good afternoon, good afternoon. So as I told you, the literature part of this book is called From the Letters of Vincent van Gogh. Well, this is not exactly a story, a narrative, and Vincent van Gogh is not precisely what we call a writer. He was an artist. He used to paint. Actually, one of his, well, his finest work is his self-portrait. And I know that you're familiar with that because he's famous all around the world. And if you don't know much about him, about his life, we're gonna work with an insight today. You have some information in your book on page 10, and also I'm gonna present you some additional information that may be a great help to understand this man, to understand his letter, and the life moments that he was facing during when he was writing those letters. Like I said, Vincent van Gogh is not precisely an author, but he was so desperate in his life that he sent a couple of letters to friends and family so they can give him some help. Okay, and this is the reflection for today's class. So I'm sure I'm so positive that you're familiar with this tagline. I mean, because it's the school's motto. Every time you are in school, you heard and also you sing the anthem and every morning, men and women for others. This is basically what the foundation is all about, being more, always more for others. And you have seen the hashtag on Twitter or in any other social networks in Spanish, and it's right there, siempre más para los demás. And I bet you this is the first time that you read it in English, because as far as I know, nobody has translated before. And this is exactly the translation, always more for others. So you can use both hashtags every time that you publish something on Twitter. I'm not that you're not Twitter followers, you prefer other networks, but this is the one we use to communicate straight to you. Okay, I want you to reflect, to think just a little bit, and I want to hear 3 or 2 opinions. What this tagline mean to you? So you can unmute the microphone. Well, asking you to unmute the microphone and tell me, what do you think about it? How is this tagline applicable in real life, in our society, which by the way is so damaged for different issues we are facing, violence, to mention just one. Anybody, please? Hello, hello. Are you actually online or you're just pretending?
Hi, teacher.
Hello, tell me.
Yeah, I think about the reflection that is something that always is about the you need to stay here always because you need to help the people if you don't like you like the people or if you don't like it because it's someone that you need to do because
Mhm.
if I don't like this person, I try to help it if I don't like it because it's a person in and need helping. I
Mhm.
help it always. I try.
Oh, well, that's good. I mean, you have the intention, and the intentions really, really count. Thank you so much. So what you're saying is very important. It doesn't matter if you don't like certain people, certain individuals. It doesn't matter. You gotta help, but help how? Whatever you can, whenever it's possible, with everything that you have at hand. So what is the philosophy behind this? Is that you are preparing yourself to live in a society in which you will be a source to help. What I mean is this, I mean, you're gonna become professionals, you're gonna become lawyers, doctors, so you name it. But your main purpose shouldn't be money, to get money, to get a status, to get a huge salary. Your purpose always must be to help others. That's why you're gonna be more for others, not just for yourself and your selfish purposes, your own interest. Thank you very much. Anyone else? One more opinion and then we move on. One more, please. One more opinion.
The justice is important.
Mhm. Justice is important. Yes, it is. Do you think, guys, that we live in a fair country, in a fair society, where justice prevail over other things, other values? What do you think about this? Do you think that in this country justice is made? Is it the same for everybody?
No,
Why not? Why not?
they aren't justice.
Mhm. Most of the society is not. So depending how much you are able to pay, so this is the way or the portion of justice you're gonna receive, right? Everything you can pay for. Okay, thank you guys for your contributions. So this is the agenda. We have some author's notes. Like I said, Vincent van Gogh was not a writer, but he wrote some letters that now they remain part of some literary genre that we're gonna study today. Then we're gonna talk about the summary of the letters, and we're not gonna listen and read because I don't have the audio. Then these letters belong to a specific genre which is called epistolary. The epistolary genre. I betcha you have read it in Spanish in your literature Spanish class, but not Spanish from Spain. I mean the Spanish class. Someone to help me out, please, reading what this genre consists of. Please, please. Can you help me with this?
Epist- Epistolary comes from a Greek word, episto, which means letter. Epistolary is a literature genre pertaining to letters in which writers use letters, journals, and diary entries in their works, and they tell their stories or deliver messages through a series of letters. The usual format of epistolary is letters. Writers sometimes use other forms of document, such as newspapers, clippings, and diary entries. Recently, writers also use electronic documents like emails, blogs, radio broadcasts, and recordings.
Thank you very much. So you can see an epistle is actually a letter, and this is what the genre consists of, that the author communicates his or her ideas through different means, and the means are letters, journals, or diary entries. And nowadays with the technological advance, they use broadcasts, they use podcasts, emails, blogs, radio broadcasts, or recordings. So now everything that technology allows them to use. They communicate their ideas through letters mostly. And that's why these letters we're gonna read can be classified into this genre. And we have some examples. Maybe some of these books might or might not be familiar to you, depending how much you read or how much you're interested in reading. We have four examples of epistolary works. We have Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I've seen this book in, in bookstores, but it didn't caught my attention. We also have The Catcher in the Rye. It's a narrative from first person. There is a young boy who is telling you everything that he is, oh, well, that he is in his mind, like uh, like a diary entry, but it's not exactly like that. The Color Purple, I have never came across with that book before. And this is the most famous one in the list, which is Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl. So even if you're not so familiar with reading, you're not an avid reader, at least you have heard of this book because it have crossed boundaries, and it has been, the way that this girl wrote this diary, it seems like she was a pro.
Teacher,
Hello?
I have this book.
Do you have it? Have you read it?
Yes, my name is Anne.
Okay, and
Same. No
it's
sé
like
cómo
her,
decirlo, teacher.
like her.
Same a her.
Yeah. Oh, I see. It's really good. Have you noticed that this girl didn't used to write like a 12 or 13-year-old girl? She was like an adult, right? And she wrote in a very professional manner. She wanted to become a writer, but unfortunately, if you have read the story of this young girl, you know that she died too young for sad circumstances that were going on in the globe in the late 40s or in the mid 40s. All right, now let's focus on our man, Vincent van Gogh. We're gonna read a little insight for which I needed to help me out with this. So you can also practice your pronunciation, your fluency when you read, and you will know and you will understand why this May was facing some mental issues or why he committed suicide. All right, someone please help me with this paragraph.
Yo quiero.
Please, please,
Me.
please.
Vincent van Gogh was a post-impressionist painter whose work notable for its beauty, emotion and color. He heavily influenced 20th century art.
He
He
struggled.
struggled with mental illness and remained poor and virtually unknown throughout,
Throughout,
throughout his life.
throughout his life. Thank you so much. So I'm not really into art, and I don't know the periods that they have, but if you are, but just for you to know, he was a post-impressionist painter whose work was notable for beauty, emotion, and color. And he influenced the art during the 20th century. And he said that he suffered from mental illnesses, so he got some issues, and that accompanying unfortunately throughout his life. Anybody who can tell us something about his teenage years, please, a volunteer to read,
Me, teacher.
please.
At age 15, Van Gogh's family was struggling financially, and he was forced to leave school and go to the work. He got a job at his uncle Cornell's art dealership.
Dealership. Mhm.
dealership. Gold and Ice
Octavo. Uh-huh.
couple, a firm of art years. By this time, Van Gogh was fluent in French, German, and English, as well as his native Dutch.
Thank you very much. So at the age of 15, his family was struggling with some financial problems. So I think that this issue accompanied this character during his lifetime because he died poor. Nowadays, his art, his paintings cost millions. And when he was alive, his work didn't even worth a penny. He was forced to leave the school and go to work because of that situation, so he didn't finish school. He got a job in an art dealership, and this is where he found out that he got a special talent for painting. At that time, he was 15 and he was fluent in 4 languages: French, German, English, and Dutch, which, by the way, was his native language, his native tongue. On
Teacher,
July,
excuse me, what does,
tell me,
sorry,
tell me.
teacher, excuse me, what Dutch mean?
Dutch. Okay, the country Netherlands,
Holandés.
Netherlands. So in Netherlands, people speak Dutch. Is the language and is the
Oh, it's
nationality
Holland.
of Netherlands. Or
Oh,
Holland.
I see.
People also call Holland Netherlands. And this is the language they speak. And it's the same nationality. Fernando, I think it was you, wasn't it?
No,
Yeah, please help me out.
well, on July 27, 1990, Vincent van Gogh went out to paint in the morning carrying a loaded pistol and shot himself in the chest, but the bullet did not kill him. He was found bleeding in his room. Van Gogh was distraught about his future because in May of that year, his brother Theo had visited and spoke to him about needing to be stricter with the finances. Van Gogh took that to mean Theo was no longer interested in selling his art.
Thank you so much. So you see, in 1890, Vincent van Gogh has an attempt to commit suicide. Well, at the end, he achieved it. He killed himself. But the thing is that he loaded, well, he got a loaded gun, a pistol, and he shot himself right in the chest. But he was so unlucky that the bullet didn't kill him instantly. So he suffered. He bled to death. He was found in his room. And because he was so depressed because of his economical issues, but beyond that, his main concern was that people did not appreciate his art. So can you imagine this? I think this is one of the saddest stories I ever listened to or I ever heard, because now he is so famous for his paintings. Like I said before, his paintings, his work worth a millions and millions of euros or dollars, okay, whatever accuracy you wanna use. But when he was alive, he got economical problems that he gotta face his whole lifetime, and also his work was not appreciated. It's not that people didn't know that he was talented, because he was talented, but
I miss you.
maybe because of his behavior, uh, he was not
I
so
know.
popular among artists. That's very sad. I mean, this story can make you cry if you're sensitive. All right. So like I said, I send you a video of myself showing you or scrolling the letters, Vincent van Gogh letters, because it came that I don't have the audio, so I can share it with you. But I shoot a video that if you don't have the book, is gonna be a great help. If you have the book, you can read it. You can read it. On pages 10 and 11, we have the first letter, and it was sent to Theo. Theo was an art dealer. And what is the letter about? Anybody can help me? What was the letter about? It's here,
Letter. Yeah, teacher.
please.
I, in this letter, he expresses his concern about this economical situation.
Thank you. And in the second letter can be found on pages 11 and 12. It was sent to his bro. What was the letter about? Anybody? It says right here.
Teacher,
In
what
this
book?
letter, he is feeling depressed and lonely.
Thank you. So someone was gonna say something? I heard a
Yeah,
girl.
okay.
Uh-huh.
What book? I was
Tell me.
asking for what book is that?
For what?
Spotlight.
The spotlight.
Oh,
The spotlight. So if you don't have the spotlight, you have the video. So you can read the letter, you can pause the video and read the letters. So in the first letter, like I said, it was sent to Theo, the art dealer. That was the guy in charge of an art dealership, and he traded with Van Gogh paintings. In that letter, he talks about his problems, his concern. He was so worried about his economical situation, and he expresses that he deserved to put some food on the table because he worked. I mean, this is one of the lines, the quotations you can get from that letter, that Vincent van Gogh said, "Don't I deserve food on my table?" Well, they're not exactly his words, but this is what he meant. Uh, if I work so hard, so everybody who works deserve some food, right? And the other one, the other letter that was addressed on July 2nd, 1883, he said that he was feeling depressed and he was feeling lonely. And he was feeling lonely because nobody liked to be around of him. So because of his temper, because of that, people didn't like to be in his company. They didn't like to be around of him. So now I have a question for you. This is a personal question and I want you to participate, please. Maria Jose Mario said, hello, teacher. Sorry, I was late for class. The power went out. Okay, Mario, you are excused. The most important thing is that now you're here. All right, I was saying, I'm going to ask you a personal question. If your microphone is not working, you can participate in the chat, or you can also unmute it, right? Tell me, do you consider yourself cool people, nice people, that you feel comfortable when you are around, when people are around you, so people feel comfy with you, they feel relieved, they feel good with your company? What do you think? And tell me why.
I think yeah.
And why is that? What about your
Okay,
personality?
maybe because my friends when I with theirs, uh, when we are together, we laugh a lot of and talk many times, and I think I'm a good person or a good friend.
Oh, that's nice. So you are a guy with a good sense of humor. That's why you laugh all the time you're with your friends. Thank you very much. Any other opinion? Do you think people feel comfy when they are around you or not?
Hello, teacher.
Hello, tell me.
I think that it's so because I don't like it. So many people, I don't know why. And many people tell that I am bad, and I that is not like this. I am not a
Okay.
bad person, but
Uh-huh.
I don't worry about it because when the person talk bad about another person,
Mhm.
and the person that you tell it, they have they can say te creo or not, and
Uh-huh.
I
All
say
right.
well that ellos elijan, verdad? I think
Oh,
that
all right, Chelsea.
yeah, I think that I am a good person. I don't know stressing, and I don't think that was funny, but I am a good friend, or that is that I think, I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't have so much friends. Yeah, so true friends. I
Mhm.
have friends, but not
Not
so
too
much,
many.
you know.
Not too
Yeah,
many. Okay,
yeah.
that's fine. Let me tell you something about the circle of friends. Well, there are a lot of circles of friendship. The closest circle, the inner circle, is just made up of top 3 people. So that means that the maximum of your friends in the inner circle, there are just three, maximum 4. And why is that? Because real friends are difficult treasures to find, and that is why. That's why you have to value your friends and be a good friend. And another thing that really caught my attention when you're giving your opinion is that you said that you don't like certain people. We're not supposed to like everybody, because there are some tempers that they just don't match. There are some people that you try hard, but your temper never matches. And it's not bad. But what you have to do is respect everybody. Don't be mean with people. That's the only thing. You're not supposed to like them. You're not supposed to like them all, but you need to be polite with everybody. Thank you very much for your participation. So now we can move to the other letters. On page 13, we have another letter that it was sent to Theo. And the sender, of course, is Vincent van Gogh. And also we have another one that was sent to the same guy you can find it on page 14. So I need somebody to help me out with the letter on page 13. What it says right here. What is the letter about? Anybody? Hello.
He is thanking for some money received from him. He is talking about his relationship with Gongin,
Gauguin.
a French. How?
Gauguin. It's French. That's why it's Gauguin.
Guhan, a French post-impressionist artist, and how he got his own ear.
Thank you so much. So now the things are getting more difficult for Vincent van Gogh. For one side, he is thanking Theo because he sent them some money. So he received some money. After reading that letter, Theo realized that Vincent van Gogh was facing difficult times. So he decided to help him by sending him some cash. And in that letter, Vincent is thanking him for some money, like, thank you, you saved my life. But on the other side, he was talking about his relationship with Gauguin. Well, Gauguin was a French impressionist artist. Well, it says artista here, but it's because the word corrector, artist. If you look up on the internet for Gauguin, you will find out that he was a famous painter as well, and he lived in the same house, or he lived in the same apartment with Vincent, but they just didn't get along very well. They just didn't. It's because they have some problems, like I said, because Vincent van Gogh has a terrible temper, and it was a man really, really, really hard to stand. And then also in that letter, he described how Vincent van Gogh cut his own ear. And this is one of the things that he is so famous for, because he cut his own ear. I don't remember if it was the left or the right, but there's also, I don't know if you have heard this Spanish band. The Spanish band, well, in the Spanish festivals in the school, a lot of students sing their songs. Do you know the name of the band? It's an Spanish band. The main singer is a woman, and they were famous in the 90s, in the early 90s, late 90s. Do you know what was the name of this band that I'm telling you? It's a Spanish band.
The
No?
only Spanish band that I think right now is Magos de Oz. But
Ah,
when
yeah,
you
that's
say
a good
that,
band.
yeah, but when you say that a woman is the vocalist, I
You
get
said
lost.
no. It can be, right? Yeah. All right. In the
Yeah.
Spanish festival, your classmates sometimes, or you yourself probably have seen a song called, I don't remember the names of those songs. But the thing, I'm gonna spoiler alert. La Oreja de Van Gogh. La Oreja de Van Gogh was a famous Spanish band during the early 90s and late 90s, if I'm not mistaken, in honor of this event, in honor of this event that he slashed or cut his own ear out. Then on page 14, here is getting mad each time. So his getting mad means that he went crazy. He was so desperate. Vincent van Gogh was so desperate. Now, let me tell you something. Have you ever feel so sad that you said, I'm depressed? But not just because you said it, because people like to say, I am depressed. But depressed is a very hard word. Probably you're sad. You're not actually depressed. But have you ever been in a situation where you feel depressed, you guys? Because I haven't. I haven't. And you? Have you ever been depressed or so sad?
Feel sad, yes, but depressed, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's too extreme. What makes you sad?
When my dog gets sick, when my dog one time has COVID,
Mhm.
And when sometimes get my mom is in a urgency operation, so
Oh,
for
I
that
see.
kind of reasons, I feel kind of sad, and yeah, I like myself.
Ah, well, I get you. I really get you. What is your pet's name? What
What?
is your
Sorry?
dog name? Your dog's name?
Oh, Brownie.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank
Brownie
you.
like a.
Uh-huh.
No, nothing.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. And finally, we find his last letter, a letter that he couldn't send because he was dead. It was found in one of his pockets. It was in his dead body. Someone to help me out with this paragraph, please. Page 15, the last letter, which was addressed on July 23rd, 1890. Anyone who help me out?
Me,
Please.
he was found dead with his letter on him. It expresses how broken he was due to his hard work and frustration for not being appreciated for his art.
Thank you so much. So like I said, this letter was never sent. It was found in his dead body after he committed suicide, that he bled to death after he shot himself to the chest. And basically all of these lines that you can see there, a lot of paragraph, basically he said how broken he was, how broken he felt inside, because of he had to work so much, and it was frustrated because he felt that nobody appreciated his work. If he came back to life, he could come back to life and see how appreciated his paintings are nowadays, he will still rejoice, and probably he wouldn't commit suicide. But those are things that can never happen. This is impossible. But anyway, so let me see. So then you have some exercises in which we're gonna work tomorrow. Right now we have 4 minutes to ask you just some personal questions, and I want you to share your opinions with me. Do you like to write? Anybody who likes to write?
I like to write.
What do you write about?
Well, I like to write poems and things like that, like short text.
Oh, short texts and poems. Wow, we have an artist here. Anybody else who likes to write here?
Yeah, me.
What do you write about?
I write that I hate because it's a so good form to relax,
Oh,
relax you and you sueltas todo. Is
you let it out. You let it
let it
out.
out. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's
Wow.
so good.
Therapeutic.
Yeah,
Therapeutic. So
it's so
actually, Chelsea,
therapeutic.
let me tell you, Chelsea, that psychologists, um, they recommend to write your feelings so you can let them out and don't let you make you sick. Excellent. Is there anyone here who likes to draw or paint?
Yes, I.
Daniela, tell me, what do
Yeah.
you paint or what do you draw?
Uh,
What do you draw? What do you specialize
everything.
in
I
everything?
love draw everything.
Oh, wow. I like drawing as well, but only things I can draw, for example, cartoons. Then Ronnie said, sorry teacher for leaving my cell phone was okay, Ronnie, don't worry. Anybody else who likes to draw, to paint, or to write?
Me.
Daniela Santos. What do
Yes.
you draw?
Mm, sometimes I draw some pictures that I saw on Pinterest.
Mhm.
And recently I paint a paint. It is
You painted a paint.
about
Uh,
yeah, about the movie Timeless.
what is the movie about? I mean, who are the actors or actresses in that movie?
No, it's the animated movie. The animated
Ah,
movie.
okay. I see.
The girl has has blood, no, blonde hair.
Uh-huh.
It's very long.
Uh-huh.
You can already saw it.
Okay, one day you're gonna show us your art. So let me tell you that writing, painting, and draw is a form of art. If you're good or not that good at this, it doesn't matter. One day your job is gonna be appreciated for someone. It says, Alcira said, I'm not good at anything. Oh, come on, there must be something, Alcira, that you must be good at. We all good at something. So when I was young, I thought that I was good for nothing. Then I realized that I was good for many things. But the thing is to explore your own self. And when you find something that makes you passion, go ahead and practice it in daily basis the best you can. So thank you very much, my friends. Tomorrow we're gonna have another review of these letters and then we move to something else. We're gonna play a game, but please be early on class. I don't know when it is. I think it's on Friday. Our next class is on Friday. We will see again until the end of the week. We're gonna play, we're gonna discuss, and we're gonna continue working with Vincent van Gogh. Thank you very much for your attention and your participation has been awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you,
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher.
You're
Bye.
Bye.
Take
welcome.
care.
Take
Bye,
care.
teacher.
Bye, teacher.